So then when I was about 15 or 16, I started watching porn much more regularly, and this time it didn't shock me as much. And the thing about porn is that it works on desensitizing. So the first time you watch it, it's really graphic, or it's really shocking, or it really fulfills the urges that you've got. It fulfills the pleasures that you've got or that you want to feel. And then the second time you watch the same video perhaps or whatever, you don't feel that much again because you're desensitized to it. And then the third time it's almost not as good as the first time you felt that pleasure. So that's how it works. And at the same time, it's desensitizing you, but it's also delving you more and more into it, because you're constantly looking for something that's going to fulfill the pleasures that you've got or give you that kick. That's what happened to me. So when I was 15, 16, I started watching it regularly, like every couple of days, when I could. This continued till I was about 17, 18, and then I stopped for a long time. I stopped for about a year. Quite happy at that time, and I was kind of seeing someone, and I didn't feel that I had to do what I was doing. Yeah, actually, I think that was the one time I didn't actually feel odd. Yeah, so then after that, when I came to university and I was single and I was on my own, and I wasn't seeing anyone or anything. Yeah, so I was in a strange limbo at that time, between being a complete rebel and still holding on to some values I had at home. So when I was 18, that's when it literally from there it just started to just go downhill. That's when, I was watching porn once a week, and then it would increase to twice a week. By the time I was 21, it was almost like every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. If I wasn't doing anything, it would be all the time, and by that point it's all you can really think about. And when you see people, you don't even see people anymore, like regardless of sex, as in gender. When you see people, you don't really see them as people, you see them as sex objects, and you see it, and like the simplest thing can set you off. Like literally just seeing a guy take his shirt off, or seeing a girl button down her blouse can literally just set you off and think, I need to do it again, I need to do it again, I need to watch it again. You just start to think all these things, and because you've been seeing it in porn, you can now enact it in your head, and you can have a fantasy, and you can imagine yourself doing this. By the time I was 21, I don't know if anyone's seen the poem I Will Wait for Him. She says this thing of I was a virgin in the physical, but in the mental you're something completely different. And that was basically me. I was done. I was really done, and luckily that was the point that I got saved. And I remember someone telling me Jesus wants to have a personal relationship with you, and me looking at the person like, I'm disgusting, like I've done awful things. I would never think that God would want to have a relationship with me, but here we are. A year later, a year and a half later, and literally everything changed. From the day I was saved, I never touched porn again, and I never really thought it had a hold on me until probably like right now, talking about it, and how sex literally, I feel like in a sense it stole some of my life away. It's like you become a slave to it. So yeah, after I was saved, everything changed, and I felt so clean, and I didn't feel disgusting and dirty and a freak. By the time I was 21, I was a bit more, I was a bit more forgiving of what had happened to me, obviously. And every time, there was a point where I had told a friend, and she literally did not care. She literally didn't care.